drove across the country and back. These three women. Lina, a housewife whose husband no longer wanted to touch her at all. Sloane, she and her husband brought other people into the bedroom. All the stories of men who hadn't sewn enough of their hopes. And Maggie, a girl whose first real experience of love was with her married high school teacher. The thing we can do to understand is to listen.
It's upsetting me and my homegirl because we feel like, well, damn, if you can't go to bed no chase, what the hell could you go?
I drove across the country and back. These three women. Lina, a housewife whose husband no longer wanted to touch her at all. Sloane, she and her husband brought other people into the bedroom. All the stories of men who hadn't sewn enough of their hopes. And Maggie, a girl whose first real experience of love was with her married high school teacher. The thing we can do to understand is...
Well, I suppose I should apologize.
Oh, no. I am very sensitive to your fault. But unfortunately, we are mere mortals here.
Ernest, don't be angry with me.
Getting longer!
Oh, yeah, you'll take it. You'll take everything I have to give. You always have. You're not even a man anymore, and I need a man. A real man, not some drunken, broken down, flaccid undertaker who is just...
Dear. Oh my gosh. Are you very angry?
It's a lie. God, he still looks like hell.
Hey, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are back. Y'all already know what it is to talk Three Women, episode 3. And there's a lot to talk about, but I'm not here alone. So let me bring up the panel right now. So we're not going to waste any time because there's so much to talk about. Tyra, how are you doing today? Happy Sunday. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm trying to get into these open relationships.
Listen, aren't we all? It's a lot. It's a lot going on.
It's this indigenous man.
Indigenous Bay. Absolutely. And Dom, we were thinking on the same track today. I saw the story and that was already in my slides. But how are you doing today? Happy Sunday.
Well, I'll wait for the slide to come up before I just go right into it. But why y'all had to do my boy Blair and do it like that? Blair don't deserve that. But yeah, that's how I feel.
Hey Kay, happy Sunday. How are you doing today?
I shouldn't have drank that pecan frappuccino yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yesterday, was it from the grocery store or was it from the place, from the people?
So I got it from Starbucks. They ran out of pumpkin spice, y'all, and I said, okay. I heard the pecan one slap. Let me get that one because okay, I'm allergic to tree nuts, but I'm figuring it's artificial flavoring, right? Like, ain't nobody gonna use real pecans at Starbucks. But my oral allergy syndrome has been on a roll today.
Girl, not the oral allergies. Like, is that the itchy mouth, the itchy roof of the mouth?
And all of this here has like been swollen and stuff today. It was good though. I mean, if y'all ain't allergic to nuts, go get it.
Okay, we're not about to play with nut allergies. Okay, that's one thing we can't.
3 different things. I took some Zyrtec, Singular, and Benadryl just so that my throat don't close up. But I'm here.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're glad that you're here and that you made it and that you didn't have to get the EpiPen and that you didn't have to go to the urgent care. That's a win. A win.
Amen.
Is a win.
A win is absolutely a win. And so you know how we start every single live when we're talking about these three women. I need to know your overall thoughts. Episode 3, all about Sloane. Tyra, I'm going to start with you. What did you think of episode 3?
It's the best episode. Like, we love Sloane. Sloane's a Black woman with wealth in Martha's Vineyard. What more do you want? Having an open marriage. Like, it's very compelling, very interesting, very beautiful gowns. They look good. They look rich. They look real spicy. But I like that we're not just getting into the freak nasty of it all. We are digging deeper than that and getting to Sloane's real issues. And I'm sure you have slides and stuff for them, but I feel like we are using the threesomes and the whatevers to mask bigger issues that she has going on. I feel like Sloane is looking for a different release since we aren't, doing it bodily. We're using sex to replace that and have some control and release in that area. When we can't have one thing, we need the other one. It feels like in this episode, she's going back and forth between the two, but it's unsafe, it's unhealthy. And she needs some help, but in the midst of needing help, she gonna look good while doing it. And the mother was a choice. Okay, the mother was a choice, and the mother was a choice.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get all into the mama and that dynamic and how still waters run deep. This goes deep, but she's moisturized. They're all moisturized. The lighting is lighting. The looks were looking. Dom, talk to me about your overall thoughts on episode 3.
I like Tyra said, this is definitely the best episode so far. Lynn Whitfield must have been busy because she couldn't play the bougie mom. Yeah, so but this mom was great. This mom was great. She was doing what she needed to do. And I did like that I liked that this episode, I like that Sloane's problem, just because she's the Black one out of the 3 that her issues aren't overtly Black. You know what I'm saying? It's not like coming up as a Black woman in the struggle. It was just, it was a problem that people go through, but it wasn't necessarily inherently tied to her Blackness. And I appreciate that. I feel like we need a little bit more stories like that where we can just be people. And so I like that part.
Absolutely. And Kay, last but not least, overall thoughts on episode 3, Sloane. What'd you think?
I knew her behavior had to come from somewhere. It had to come from somewhere. So we just gonna skip over the eating disorder and just suppress it and give yourself something else and roll with this sex addiction. And nobody's saying anything. Nobody wants to go and talk about the real issue. Like, girl, are we gonna work on your trauma? Because you just keep you hopping through one thing and another and your issues with the food and your report. Like, are we just not gonna talk about nothing? So you just not gonna sit there and tell her there's something wrong with you. You just gonna let her go with this foolishness.
Yeah, because she gonna cuss him out. We heard her. You're weak. You're weak AF. Like, that's weak. Like, we know if he confronted her on some real situations, what it would be. She's gonna dominate him.
It's giving Lewis energy.
Jackson.
Yeah, no.
Can't have a good marriage. Ain't no good Black marriages on TV no more.
Lord. Synopsis of episode 3. This was written by Tori Sampson, directed by Ekwa Masangi. A difficult visit from her mother propels Sloane further towards Will, Indigenous Bay. Richard attempts to appease Sloane's desire in a different, ill-fated way. And, we're going to get deep off into it, but let's meet Sloane. And I have it on the slide. This is my favorite character of the series so far. Sloane, played by DeWanda Wise, is a glamorous entrepreneur in the Northeast, has a committed yet open marriage with Richard, played by Blair Underwood, until 2 sexy new strangers threaten their aspirational love story. I love that Sloane has depth. I love that she presents as this mean girl, but it's all because she's fractured and damaged. I love that she's seeking external validation through her looks and these amorous relationships with anybody she can get it in. And that's just because for so long we've been conditioned to want a likable protagonist. And I like that she's not necessarily the nice person. I like that she's kind of mean a little bit. She got a little nasty to her. And I like that they're giving us background, not just thrusting her up on us, but we're finding out, oh, she got it honest. Like, this is familial. Dom, I'm going to start with you. What do you think of Sloane as it relates to the other characters and how they're developing her character so far?
I think we've moved the not necessarily the farthest with Sloane, but it feels like the most context. I feel like we've gotten the most context with Sloane. I feel like everything she's gone through is the most understandable in a sense of like, okay, I see all the connections in her behavior and stuff like that. And to me, she's the most, I don't know if she's technically the oldest out of the three, but she seems like the most further along in her whatever her issue is. But I do like that it's not just about sex with her, because like with the housewife it just seemed like, all right, you just need to be touched. but with Sloane it's like, okay, this is a symptom of deeper issues, and there are other symptoms that we can point out. It's not just about the sex. There's a like, it's like a well-round. She's a total character, even though she's very flawed. She's a 360 character. She's a complete character, and I don't feel like Maggie. I didn't really feel like she was a complete character. Like, I didn't care about her life, her interest, or what she wanted to do in her life. But Sloane, like, I want to go to one of these parties that she playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see more about the family and these brothers and sisters that's getting on her nerves, and this whole bougie family. Like, you could give me a show about this family, and I feel like that would be entertaining. It would be like the Cosbys, but bougie, but like irritating. So, and I'm here for it.
Okay, Kay, what do you think of Sloane and her character's development so far? And what do you think of her just overall?
She ain't developed nowhere except for she about to break Jacob off. That's all. That man don't stand a chance. Okay.
Call him Jacob from Twilight.
that he don't stand a chance against her. I want she's somebody that I want better for. Because it's like I feel that other one, that other heifer, Lina. I don't feel bad for her at all. I don't know what it is. I can't feel bad for her. But it's like I feel bad for Sloane because I feel like she's trying to put on a strong face because there's so much stuff going on. Like, it's a lot of deep rooted stuff going on, and the easy fix is to hop on top of somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna hop on top of Jack, Jim, Jill, Will, Timmy, Sue. It don't even matter. But none of that is gonna fix the real issues. At this point, her addiction could have been, it could be gambling, it could be drugs. She's just choosing to self-medicate something. And I want somebody to be real with her. I want somebody to sit her down and keep it real with her. Because right now, I don't see anybody that's keeping it real with her right now.
She probably don't have anybody close enough, and that's probably by design. Because I don't think she wants anybody to tell her about herself.
Oh yeah, I don't think so. I don't think she even want that. But somebody need to.
Tyra, what do you think about Sloane's development up to this point as a character?
I like Sloane. I don't see the mean element everybody's seeing. Even that scene in the show where she was like, see, like, look at what we're doing. Like, the sense that, all the men wanted to F her and all the ladies wanted to be here, but she was just mean. Like, she's not. I was like, I don't see it.
You didn't see how she played Gia Dust like that? She was like, girl, who the heck are you? Like,
yeah, but who are you? I didn't.
Why are you telling this nothing ain't girl my business?
Exactly.
Friend.
I didn't. It felt very me. I was like, right. I don't see the issue. I didn't see the problem. I like Sloane and her attitude. I didn't see an issue anywhere. I don't see a mean girl. I see a wealthy woman who's standing on business. Like, I don't see it. Is she maybe a wealthy and a prude a little bit? But I don't see the issue. I think her character development is light years ahead of the other two, and it makes me worried for the show. I don't want to be sticking around like, can't wait to get back to Sloane, because we do have to take interest with the other women, but you can't develop her to this extent and give us Blair Underwood and give us all this sex and give us an eating disorder on top of that, and then like, all right, wait till episode 6 to get back to her. Y'all better make something shake with the other two ladies. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because we got Maggie next week, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous about Maggie. But we get a little bit of history. As the episode opens up, we see a young Sloane, a little chunky. I think they used to call it husky back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And she is jamming to Shaka Khan, singing in her little fake microphone, minding her Black-owned, Black Girl Joy business. And Mama comes in there like nobody's gonna want a big girl singer. Like that's not a thing. And I think this perfectly sets the tone for their relationship and where we see Sloane here and where we see her as an adult, which is basically a perfect patty. You know what I mean? Kay, I'm going to start with you. What did you think? I mean, this is our first introduction to a young Sloane and her mother. What did you get from this?
That shows that a lot of her innocence and a lot of her dreams and a lot of joy might have been crushed early. That maybe that innocence and that happiness that she had, she's searching for it somewhere, because obviously it wasn't coming at her own home. It wasn't coming there. And I feel like internally she wants to be happy. She's not going about it in the right way. But that's a little girl who's having all the fun and enjoying the world, and somebody's coming and crushing it. And that's a very critical age, especially with what she's already dealing with her. So people think that they're good. People think that they look good, that they're happy, that they fine, that their weight is fine, until somebody who cares about you comes along and tells you it's not. And her mom shouldn't have bursted her bubble like that.
I did. I felt like that in the moment. I felt like it was almost like innocence lost.
Mhm.
And us seeing that probably wasn't the first time her mama had made a snide remark about her size, but to see her face drop, it was heartbreaking. Dom, what did you think of this introduction to Sloane mama?
Well, first, I feel bad when we put like child actors in these positions sometimes, because I'm like, what? Because you cast that little girl to be told that big girls don't dance. So like you cast her to be, you know what I'm saying? I just hope somebody is taking care of that little girl actress. It just made me sad. But but for Sloane's mom, I'm conflicted in a sense of like, yeah, that's obviously wrong. That was obviously not the way you do that, and that's not how you speak life into kids and motivate them and stuff like that. But I'm like, also, that was the time. At the time, that's how folks talk. And I guess I don't know. But I feel like a lot of Sloane's adulthood is the rebellious of it. Like she's rebelling now as a 40-year-old woman, and up until now against that. Like she's very much, and this is probably her family, because her mom seems like the type where everything on the surface has to be pristine and intact, but underneath the surface is a whole bunch of chaos. And that's what Sloane is mimicking, is like, I'm going to rebel in my private time. And I feel like she rebelled a little bit, just like in her profession. She just finds little pockets of rebellious, but she still can't totally break free of her mother's influence.
Absolutely. And it all started there. Tyra, what did you think of Sloane mama, Lord, in this scene, our first meeting with a baby Sloane?
Girl, who hurt you? I can't stand this type of mama. The mama is very outward appearance, fix your hair, sit up straight. Like it's just she did exactly what she needed to do in the little minute that we had with her. Like nobody wants to see a big girl dance. The big girls never like, and it's I hate this. Like it's setting those complexes for her to eventually have an eating disorder or only care about the outward appearance. And we see up until late 30s, early 40s, Sloane is still suffering. But on the outside, she looks good. She looks good. And that's been made the thing to be most important. And it's just unfortunate that she had this type of mother. She's very successful, but if she's like Dom said, like she has something to prove. But in proving that, she is still suffering. And I'm like, what's up with the Black mamas on TV? The Black mamas on TV lately are terrible. Where's the Harriets? What is going on here?
And speaking of Black mamas on TV.
Oh boy.
And these aren't all Black mamas. And I actually have a clips to show you guys. So you don't have to make your choice just yet. But I want to present this to you. Worst mother-daughter relationship. Is it A, Sloane and her mama, right? That we just saw. B, is it Maxine Shaw and Mrs. Shaw, her mama from Living Single? Is it Joan Clayton and Carol Clayton from Girlfriends, Joan and her mama? Or is it D, Meredith Grey and Ellis Grey? And again, I got the clip. So let's watch it. Hold on to your thinking caps here and let me know after you see this.
What? Big girls don't become dancers.
They want to see if like daughter, like mother.
25 years of hard work, a tad more attention to hair care, and yes, Maxine will look like me.
Everybody, this is my mother, Lina Shaw.
Carol Clayton, when were you going to tell me you quit?
Hi, Mom!
Oh, you look so... You don't have a job. Would you please explain to me why my child would squander an $80,000 law school education, a highly respected position in a blue chip law firm?
Just waiting to be inspired. I'm happy now. You know, I feel like I know who I am.
What happened to you?
What do you mean?
You're happy? You're happy now? I raised you to be an extraordinary human being. So imagine my disappointment when I wake up after 5 years and discover that you're no more than ordinary.
Y'all know what to do in the comment section. Drop it below. Put your vote in. Worst mother-daughter relationship. Was it A, Sloane and her mama from Three Women? B, Maxine Shaw and Mrs. Shaw, Living Single? C, Joan and Carol Clayton, Girlfriends? Or D, Meredith and Ellis Grey? Tyra, I'm starting with you.
I'm gonna go with Sloane. Like, rewatching this episode, like, it's beyond, you know, a negative, like, discontent. Oh, me and my mother, we have problems. Like, it's borderline hatred. Like, she hate to see that lady coming. Damn near hate to see her going. Like, just don't come around. Like, she hates her. I don't know how we get past that. I'm gonna go with A.
Okay.
And I ain't seen them Grey's Anatomy folks, so I don't know too much about that.
Well, just the clip, girl. Okay. It's a mess.
I'm trying to remember something. Wasn't Joan's mom one of the ones that was out there trying to get her a young man? I feel like she might have been. It's a close second between Sloane and Joan's mom, because Joan had a whole mental health crisis, and her mom really could. Actually, you know what? You should have had Tony and her alcoholic mom up here. You should have been up here. That one would have beat it out. But seeing as Sloane's mom was actually, you know, that's a lot to say to a child and break their spirit. So I'm gonna go with her. But if you had Tony Child's mom up here, let her drink herself.
Dom, what say you?
Just based off the clips, because like you said, like Tyra said, I haven't seen the 3,000 episodes of Grey's Anatomy. And can I just point out that did Sloane say she had she went to law school for $80,000? Boy, can I tell you, my little undergrad degree cost $80,000. Probably Sloane, only because there wasn't the. I don't know because big girls ain't dancers at that time, so I don't know. But I guess I'll pick Sloane because there wasn't the other side. There was an expectation of excellence, but we didn't see her because with Meredith Grey, like with those other clips, it was like, yeah, I built you up here, so why aren't you moving in what I provided or what I set up? This is too young and it's just destructive. There's no aspirational part of this to even glean out of Sloane and her mama. So she's just mean.
Yeah, and Salone's mother seems to see her as competition. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be D all day. Meredith and Ellis. Ellis hated Meredith.
But that clip though, because I feel like because my thing is like, I feel like growing up, like if you want to demand excellence and you call me ordinary, that's
and mind you, like she's a doctor, like she's gonna be a surgeon, like she's already
like I would have came back at that. Like, well, we gonna go back and forth about what excellence is. But
you know,
put her in her place.
You know, okay. And then we, of course, have a what would you do, because it wouldn't be Three Women without what would you do. And this is the scenario. You're in a seemingly perfect open marriage, just like Sloane, but your feelings for someone outside of the marriage are becoming deeper than expected. What do? A, tell your partner about the growing emotional connection, hoping they'll understand. B, keep the emotional affair to yourself, maintaining the balance in your marriage. Or C, distance yourself from the outside relationship, fearing it might disrupt your marriage. Oh, Dom, I'm going to start with you. What say you?
Oh man, you gonna come to me?
Yep.
My answers always be setting stuff on fire. A seemingly perfect open marriage is an interesting way to phrase that. But I guess if we're in an open marriage and we have rules set up, we have really strict and explicit rules, and I feel like a situation is coming up where I feel like I'm in danger of breaking those rules, then you just got to talk about it. You got to, because if we in an open marriage, it can't just be sexual. It got to be, we got to have a foundation where we can talk to each other. We got a lot of trust. And so if we're going to do that, then we got to be able to talk about it. And then maybe we figure it out where we bring that person in, or maybe it's too close to home where we got to figure out something else. I don't know. Because to me, with the way Blair Underwood handled that situation was like, look, I don't like this, but here, I'm going to have this for you over here. That's like a little, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not in an open marriage, so I don't know how that type of stuff works. But it made sense to me. So that's probably what I would do. Hey,
Which was a disaster. And we're going to get all into that. Kay, what say you? Are you telling your partner, you keeping the emotional affair to yourself, or are you distancing yourself from the other relationship?
At this point, if they in an open marriage, you might as well say something and be a throuple. Since y'all open, since you open, be all the way open. Be like, hey, this one I got feelings for. Let's bring them into the fold. Let's bring them on in here.
Okay.
Let's do this.
That ain't the rules. That ain't the rules. What he say? That ain't the rules.
Well, when you start doing foolishness like that, you let in all the other stuff. So since we already playing games, let's play one more game and bring in this fella over here. Okay, he's cool.
So Kay said, brother husbands and sister wives for 100. Alex, Tyra, what say you?
I mean, the right answer would be A, but I want to be where Sloane and I'm trying to go with B. I'm a lie. Keep that emotional affair to yourself, maintaining the balance in your marriage. Like, yeah, but Blair wasn't ready for that. You can't be out here moving like that, having feelings for other folks. You just keep it to yourself. Let me have something. We're already open.
Oh my goodness. So we have perfect Patty and other issues, putting on a smile in the midst of a dragon. Basically, this is a toxic relationship start to finish. And we see this at dinner. She, makes an off-cuff remark and basically says, Mom, why don't you just take a break? I know you're tired, just stop everything and take a vacation. What the hell do you mean? Yeah. I worked hard for this. I'm not walking away from anything. She's like, slow down, 10 speed. Like, all I said was, maybe it'd be nice if you had a little break. That outburst to me was extremely telling. We have her as overbearing, really wanting to teach Sloane how to raise her daughter. Sloane could never add up. What about that dinner party that your friend hosted, Mom? You guys didn't think of me. Oh, she wanted something a little bit less, strange, something a little bit less kooky, a little less weird. Just the shade every single step. But she says, you look good. But you look good. You're tiny. You're small. I love the suit. Tyra, I'm starting with you. Talk to me about this dynamic at brunch. What'd you think?
I gotta start with me. I ain't like this heifer.
That's
I like her. Like, for you to and that's very telling with what Sloane says when we have the little flashback and it's been internalized. She was like, you want to have your mother's want to F you. And I was like, why would she say that? Because of this. This is why she thinks like that. It's built up this, like, it's not supposed to be loving. It's supposed to be negative. Your mom is supposed to see you as competition and you're supposed to go against the grain and be trying to prove her wrong because she said you wasn't going to be this, because you're not stereotypically what she had an expectation for the daughters or, maybe the other ones. Like, hey, you didn't follow this path in school. You chose this own career. Even though you're successful, I'm still going to cut it down and say, well, yeah, they wanted something a little less extravagant than what you do. And it was gorgeous. Oh my God, it was amazing. But yeah, whatever you do, it's cute. Like if you weren't living here and you follow this, your business could be more successful. Like you could be better, Sloane, and you're just not. You're just not meeting my expectations. Even the push and pull with bringing the baby to the brunch situation. Like I didn't want to get into Sloane not wanting to bring her. I don't know exactly what's going on with her, but it sounded like something small. It's like maybe her having ADHD or maybe even being a little autistic. I don't know. We haven't gotten into the baby at all, but it's just like, yeah, all of her extra energy is just a bit too like. This was a long ass dinner for absolutely no reason. It was like tea, like you could hear like a pin drop. It was just so awkward and negative and just disgusting. I hated all of this. And I'm like, if this was just one dinner, this has been your mother all your life, you poor thing. You know what? You get out there and you get as much wee as you need, ma'am. You get all the D, get all your freedom, get all your rocks off, because this lady is insufferable and she's giving you a complex, and it's sad. I hate this.
Oh, goodness gracious. And apparently she doesn't respect boundaries either, because even after Sloane didn't bring the baby girl, she went and got her grandchild.
Yeah.
You know.
Lied about it.
But Richard, he's weak AF, like she said. Dom, what did you think of this exchange in adulthood? It doesn't seem like much has changed since childhood.
Yeah, and but I guess my thing is, this is what happens when you don't set and enforce boundaries. See, because I don't care what complex you have, you 40. You at your big age, you should be able to set and enforce boundaries. You can do that at every other point in your life, so you should be able to do that. The problems at this point, because we have every problem we have, we can source back to our childhood if we want to go deep enough. But at some point, we got to be adults and be able to fix our stuff. And so you can blame the mama for however she was brought up. Cool, throw it on the fire. But at some point, you grown. And my thing is, when mama come to town, tell her I didn't bring my baby because I didn't want to bring my baby. Mm-hmm. And if you go around me again, then you won't see my baby again. Go around me again and see what happened. That's my kid. And my thing is, when you become an adult, you got to start seeing your parent as an adult, as a peer almost, and not your parent, because they have just different philosophies on life. And that's okay. It's okay for y'all not to see eye to eye on stuff, because the mama she has worked. She gives the air that she worked for that position. And she got, because I think, is she a judge? Because she said the judge is coming in. So she's a black woman judge. So yeah, you're not going to tell me to sit down. People have been telling her to sit down her whole life, her career. Everybody been telling her to quit. So no. So at some point, one, you got to set your own boundaries, and two, you got to know who you're talking to. Again, you 40, you should know your mama. You should know your mama, and she seemed like she been talking to you long enough to know about ambition. She know about how she sees her job as important. That's the disconnect between them, is the mom sees herself as doing something important or worthy, and Sloane isn't doing something important. She's just owning a business, but it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have any moral weight like what the mom does. And so it's less than. And that's fine. You could think my job is less than, but you're not going to come over here and talk to me any kind of way, or we won't talk no more. But Sloane is too caught up in her childhood trauma that she won't stand on that. And that's the problem. She go talk to somebody so she can stand up to her mama, because the mama just doing what she's been doing for the last 40 years. So you can't expect her. You got to treat people how they are, not how they going to be. The mama is almost 70. She ain't finna change. You need to go ahead and do what you got to do.
A word. Rod, I definitely agree. I think that there is most daughters vie for the acceptance and approval of their mothers, especially, I believe, when you're in this kind of elitist space, which is what it gives. You know what I mean? She's probably been trained and reared her entire life to gain the acceptance of her mother. She's modified things about her, clearly her body, to gain her mother's acceptance. So I think that that's still very present. Kay, as a therapist, what did you think of this interaction? And if Sloane was your patient, what would you tell her to do?
You know, I'm gonna need Sloane to go and grab Jax, and they need to go sit down, grab their mamas, and y'all all need to go to therapy together, because it's very slim with they uppity mamas, and very strict, very hard on them moms. Dom, there's a quote in a book, and it's in the movie too, I believe, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, that says, As a child, you're not responsible for anything that has happened to you, but as an adult, you have a choice. And she does have a choice right now at this point. But to make that choice, she's going to have to understand what has happened first. And pretty much just like the weirdo Lima, when you don't when you don't form that attachment and that bond to the primary caregiver, it's going to affect your adult relationships. She was unable to create that bond with her mom. Her mom looked like she didn't even probably hug her that much either as a child, unless she brought home 110. Like, don't give me that 92. Where the other 8 points at? And that she didn't get any praise unless she was like completely perfect. And then maybe that's when her mom would kind of give her, you know, a nod or a smile, and that she had to work a whole lot hard. And so she's looking for something to attach herself to make her feel good, because mom over here did not. You know, mom looked good though for her age, but mom, you're not momming. You're not momming at all right now. And for the simple fact that you can't even see that your child is hurting and that you did it. Boundaries, like Dom said, where them boundaries at? Where the boundaries?
We ain't got none. We ain't got none. Maybe she'll find some by the end of these 10 episodes. Back to what would you do? Here's the scenario. You feel like you're losing control in your personal life while managing a successful career. It's causing you immense stress. What do? A, take a temporary leave from work to focus on your personal life. B, throw yourself even more into your career and keep your mind off personal issues. Or C, go up to your partner or friend about your need for control and ask for support. Kay, what are you doing in this situation?
How much money do I have to take a temporary leave?
You got Sloane money.
If I got Sloane money, then that's cool. I'm taking a vacation. I'm flying across the country. I'm going to Cancun. I'm going to Amsterdam. You know what? I might go to Australia and pet some koalas. Okay. If I got the bread to do it, I got the bread. But if I got my pockets, I don't have that time. I don't have time for that. And I'm going to tell my partner, I need you to step it up, my guy, because I'm drowning over here. What happened to that 50-50?
Not the 50-50. And I'm probably, if I'm being honest, I'm going to be B probably. I'll probably throw myself even more into career to keep my mind off of other stuff. That's not healthy though, y'all. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Tyra, what are you doing in this situation?
You said I got Sloane money?
See,
yeah, you got Sloane money. You got Sloane money.
Hey, I'm leaving. I'm taking a whole break. Hey, I'm going to Cancun. Child, I'm going home. I'm going to the motherland. Okay, I'm going to take a break. I'm taking a sabbatical at this point. Don't call me. I'm off the grid doing a.
Gonna come back with braids.
And you know it.
Dom, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm not healed yet. I just wanted to make that clear. I'm not healed. Still on my journey. So B, if I feel like I'm losing control, if I feel like I'm losing control, then giving up the things I have control over is not going to help me at all. That's gonna make me spiral. So I'm gonna double down on things I have control over and just push that other stuff. I'll deal with that stuff later.
It ain't right, but it's okay. Listen, It ain't right, but it's okay. And I want to know, this is a question that just popped up in my mind when I saw light-skinned best friend. Is that her friend? Because why would you tell this random stranger all of your friend's personal life business? Like, it sounds like she knows some of them stories. It sounds like she knows some of them freak off stories. I didn't like this, y'all. And Gia looking like a pregnant predator back there, ready to pounce. Didn't like it, but Sloane again pays her dust in this moment. Dom, I'm starting with you. Is this her friend?
Yeah, it is her friend because as a friend, we need to deal with what we know, not with what we think. That lady didn't say she told her any of the stories. She just said, that's my friend with the good stories. She's like, got some good stories. She never said that she told her any of these good stories. And so, yeah, even pointing her in my direction might be a violation, but that doesn't mean you divulged any information. And we know she a real friend because she told you, she gave you some good advice 5 minutes later. She gave you some good, real friend advice. And so, I don't think. Now, if she had spilled the beans and actually told her something, then nah, we gonna have to come Jesus about your loose lips. But we don't know that. That's all I'm saying. Is we don't know.
I'm just saying, based on my skills of deduction, Watson, and my context clues, I feel like Gia is writing the great American novel about sexual liberation, and she's eyeballing Sloane like she's a check, like she's free money. Tyra, is this lady her friend?
Hell
Did she tell Gia anything?
Hell no.
Okay.
Nowhere. This lady is using Sloane for red table talk. She is not from the island. She doesn't live on Martha's Vineyard. She goes and she fills up on all those stories, and it's a kiki, and she goes back home. Let me tell you what's the latest tea. This is, let me live vicariously through you. Her little regular girl, she does the most. She's just out here sleeping. First of all, how do we have an open marriage on an island? That's a question there.
Crazy. It's crazy.
That's a question. Well, how does that work? But yeah, she's not her friend. Even in this moment where she's like, "You've been telling her my business," she's like, "Well, you know what? I don't like the way you talking to me. I'm glad you gotta meet up with your mother. Like, you deserve that. Like, who? You my who?" No, I don't think Sloane is the best judge of character, clearly, and she's grasping at, hey, this person, like, no, baby, this girl is not your friend at all. And hopefully we circle back around to, why she's standing back there with that bad wig and pregnant. We need to get there.
Please do, because she look a mess. She look dusty. Kay, is light-skinned best friend really Sloane's friend? Is that her friend for real?
According to the shallow relationships that Sloane has, yep, that's her friend. If it ain't anybody that's gonna tell her about herself, that's gonna step it up and say, "Girl, you got problems. You need to go to therapy. You got an eating disorder, and you need to stop hopping on top of every person that passes by your way." Until somebody is actually real with her and she sit down and listen. Oh yeah, that's her friend. That's the kind of friendship she want to have.
Oh my goodness.
And that's the way she got to keep everybody at a distance, and everything got to be real surface level and superficial. Yep, they real good friends.
Okay, y'all drop it in the comments and let me know, is that Sloane's friend from your perspective? And shout out to the 54 people that are in the chat this evening. We thank you so much for being here. Now, I know you say that Sloane is not a mean girl, but this is diabolical work to me. Now, do I think Sloane wants in her panties too? Probably, eventually, one day. But to get close and cozy to this woman, I also blame Indigenous Bay for this connection, because he gives Sloane this lady card and says, "Listen, use her. You need a flower vendor. She's got you covered." But now Sloane wants to be her bestie. They going out for drinks. The Lily is opening up and saying, because if after 2 years he hasn't proposed and he's acting funny, we sitting up, we midnight token together, doing all the things. Sloane, leave this lady alone. You want her man. You want to sit on it, Sloane. This will equal no good thing. No good thing will come from this. And I feel like, Sloane, you are low down for encroaching. Now, I will say the narration did say Sloane didn't want to like this lady, but she does have an affinity for her. So again, I do think she's going to want those panties, but I just don't like this so far. Kay, should Sloane leave this lady alone?
If Sloane don't get her cruel intentions face ass on somewhere, this lady is she's one of those people that have like those weird personality disorders, like that you just don't care about anybody else's feelings because nobody ever cared about yours. So therefore, she has no feelings to give to other people because she don't even know what it feels like when people actually care about her. That's foreign to her. She don't understand that. And so therefore, she don't care about nobody. Yeah, I'm gonna get close to you. Yeah, I'm gonna holler at you. Yeah, I'm gonna get. You know what? I might even give it up to you. But that don't mean I actually really want you. I'm trying to get with Jacob. Okay. This is all because I have an addiction. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna do it just because it's here. Okay. She might play the slots, but she really like blackjack. But if the slot machines is there, I'm gonna take it.
That's just a degenerate gambler.
She gonna take it with it. If somebody gonna throw it at her, she gonna I'm gonna take it any way I can get it.
And the thing of it reminds me of Bernadine and Waiting to Exhale, right? Or no, is it might have been Lila Robin who said it, but like, leave him around me and I'll take your man. Like, I'll take your man. Tyra, Sloane gonna take that lady man. Why is she cozying up to her? What do you think of this? Do you approve this message?
So
Sloane gonna take that man and that woman. She needs multiple choices. Sloane came to wreak havoc. She about to ruin these people's lives. Okay, she about to burn their house down and everything. Their relationship, their little 2 years. Yeah, y'all can kiss that goodbye. Like, I don't know if it's gonna get to the point where it's like, oh, we're all in the room together and it's a throuple type situation. But she's definitely gonna go between the two. Because while she over there sleeping and laying it low and spreading it wide with Jacob, as Kay called him, Indigenous Bay, she's gonna want to confide. Something's going on. He's changing. I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, it was unprofessional from the jump. We meet this lady in the floral arrangements, and we instantly, smoking some weed. Like, yeah, this isn't a professional business relationship. And old Jacob knew his intentions. He know he want that black woman. Why you send her over there? You already know what it is. Like they want this. They want this chaos. And Sloane is gonna bring it to them. Absolutely. She came to destroy everything that they done built. And she's too damn friendly anyway. The question isn't like, oh, is Sloane gonna is she gonna stay off of Sloane? That's what I want to know.
Well, I want to know what y'all think of this too, because it was her who saved the Tom Ford after brunch, and that was before the introduction. Is it just a small world, or I mean, could they be plotting on Sloane? Dom, what do you think?
No, I think it's just what Tyra said about the last thing. Like, they own Martha's Vineyard. Martha's Vineyard not that big. It's not. And then if they in the off season, because it's snow and stuff like that, then the people who got houses on Martha's Vineyard, they gone. They only coming in the summertime, and so it's only the locals who are here. So I'm asking how long her and Blair and Dewitt been on this island, because I'm like, how has this not been a problem before? Like, do y'all only get people who come from the mainland, or because it just seems like this would have been an issue before this?
It can't be dumb, because I was like, it has to be for you to get to that level, because they have to be comfortable and there's rules. You have to, mingle and be with these couples and build rapport. It can't be like, oh, y'all in for the Martha Vineyards, week.
Well, I think that's the case for like the couple that we see later. I think, that has to be like a relationship or a rapport that we'd have. But in the first season, they just go get somebody that's at the party. And I think for the one-offs, they just go grab somebody. And, as long as Blair Underwood can rip the condom off with his mouth and hand it over, then it's all Gucci.
That was real descriptive.
It was because it was so trifling when he did that, and he kept doing it. He did it. He did it in this episode again. He likes putting his teeth on those condoms. He likes it.
And that's what this episode did. Is once we find out a later conversation in the episode recontextualizes their relationship from how I perceived it in the first episode, and which now makes me see that Sloane is a problem. Like, before I did, like she is like had the impulse control, because it seems like she's just always had impulse control. She's always had this issue, and everybody, specifically Blair Underwood, has been trying to maneuver around it, and everybody's been just trying to like deal with it instead of actually solving it. But she is a menace, and she's gonna run through this little couple, and they not gonna get married. This relationship is destroyed. Once Sloane get her hands on these folks, that relationship is over with. 2 years or not, it's over with.
Listen, and they're getting their biggest contracts from Sloane. So what happens when it goes awry? Y'all are going to be brokies on a boat. Like, listen. Okay, guys, another one. What would you do? You're invited to speak at an influential event, but your personal life is becoming more public and you fear judgment from your peers. What do? One, or A, go ahead with the speech and embrace the attention, no matter the judgment. I'm me. Okay. B, decline the invitation and focus on managing your private life. Or C, address the situation directly during your speech. Use your personal experience as talking points. Tyra, talk to me about it. What are you doing?
I'm doing A, because I did it. I'm with your mama. So who's gonna check me? I did it, and I'm gonna say this speech. Bitch won't say it to my face. Better get these little words going your way. Then after this speech, I'm gonna go do whatever I was doing again. Y'all supposed to talk about. I'm doing A. I don't care about the folks.
Okay.
Loose lips sink ships. I'm gonna go sit down. I ain't got to talk to get up there and say nothing. Get somebody else to do it.
Oh, Dom, what you doing?
No, I'm not telling y'all my business. No, for what? No, B.
They said A and throw shade in
Yeah.
the speech.
They're
I
my
know that's
people
right,
out there. They're
Jasmine.
my people. That's right. That's right.
So now I want Indigenous Bay, and I want them worse than I ever wanted them before. I want them in my drawers ASAP. Richard comes in. You can't have him, but I got something else in my bag for you. He's off limits, Sloane. Dom, I'm going to start with you because you're a husband out here in this big world. Why is Indigenous Bay, but nobody else is off limits to Sloane? Why is this a point of contention? Why can't she have Indigenous Bay too?
Because we talked about this when we was talking about Insecure, and the fact that when you have attractive spouses, then you have to be comfortable with everybody wanting them. They're gonna be wanted. That's not a problem. It shouldn't be a problem if you secure. Now, that asterisk is you have to also not reciprocate that energy and reciprocate those advances. And so I don't think that Blair picks up on this oyster man wanting his wife. That's not new. But I see how you looking at this man. I see how you look at this man, and you ain't looking at this man like you gave that white man them dead eyes, them dead stripper eyes while he was going down on you. And so I know that face, but this face is too much. This face is too close to what you be giving me. So no. But I will say that also Blair should know his wife and know that his wife is a 40-year-old child. And so the moment you tell her she can't have something, I want it more. Yeah. So as soon as you told her that he was off limits, you should have left her and went and stood at the dock because she was about to show up. You should have just known that she was about to show up as soon as you said that. She because originally she might have just wanted to smash, and that might have been it. It may have. We don't know. But now to show them off limits, man, she fit it.
Dom said, "I'll meet you in the marina," because that's where she's gonna be. Rod made a good observation. As soon as he saw her get in that pool, he knew Indigenous Bay was real. Okay, why can't you have him? Why can't she have him?
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Okay, you signed up to play in this foolishness, so don't get mad at the prize that you get. You signed up to play these games. If you didn't want to be a part of this messy stuff, you should have said no in the beginning. And if she said, then that's fine, then let it be. But you signed up to be a part of this foolishness. Ain't nothing in this life but messiness, drama, trouble, and heartache and pain. But you signed up for it. So let's go. Just be 10 toes down in it. Then don't back out now. Ain't no parameters and stuff. Once you let the devil in.
He gonna run it, right? He gonna run the house once you let him in. That's what they say. Tyra, why can't she have that man? Why Indigenous Bay? In what ways is he better? Because I thought that was the only rule. The man that she deals with, the men that she deal with, just can't be better than him in any way, right? What do you think the issue is, Tyra?
Bless her, that man's attractive, okay? They can be attractive, but they can't be on my level of attractive. And they need to be semi-ugly. He needs to be semi-unattractive. I think they've had a situation in the past where she slipped up, and it's like, well, this is beyond just sex. You are trying to have an emotional connection with this man, and if I feel like any of that's happening, it's an instant no. But it's like you can't tell her no. Telling her no, it's just gonna make her want to go off and do it more, and I'm sure that he would know that. But I feel like for him to just instantly reject that man, don't know nothing about that man, I feel like there was a situation with their openness in the past where she slipped up and got a little too involved with somebody than she should, and he's like, I'm trying to avoid that again. I need to. And then he's just always he's trying to assert some dominance and have some control in this situation, because clearly this openness, even though it benefits him, Blair's like, I'm here. As long as I'm here, hell, I'm gonna indulge. I'm gonna have a good time. But if I personally had the choice, I might just be okay with my wife. I just want to be with you. So it's like if I'm giving up all of that, you or however that went, maybe we'll get a flashback, suggested this openness. You're suggesting the openness, picking the partners. Like, well, then who am I? What do I have? What can I control? The only thing I can control is who it is and who I'm saying no to. So right now I'm telling you,
veto power. I gotta flex that veto power every now and again.
I say when. I say
who.
who.
I say when. I say where. I say how much.
Oh.
Go.
gonna play it again just for good measure. Because I just, it was a lot going on there. Let's run it back.
Richard.
Go!
And I couldn't say the other word in that other video, but you see it because she's dropping them F-bombs. And I want to know this from you guys and from the chat as well. Please chime in. Is Sloane a carrier? Because the way that she got so extremely upset, in tears, shaking, throwing people out, thicky with the waist beads under the dress, which I thought was very interesting. I hadn't seen that before. But we find out that their current swinging partners, the option that Richard, aka Carlos, aka Blair Underwood, came up for them, didn't want to wear protection. He wanted to raw dog it that night. And apparently she didn't feel it until he released. And by that time, it's way too late. So is it a fear of pregnancy, Tyra, or is Sloane a carrier? Talk to me about it.
Not a carrier. This is just a violation. This is a violation. If it has to be like a lot of things in place for you to be comfortable. Clearly, this isn't the first time they've done this. We're on this island. It's only so many people we can change clothes with. And it's about boundaries. Like there's a sense of wanting this openness and of course the sexual activity, the gratification, and this is heightened. Her and Blair, they're getting their life in the scene and getting their climax as well. But that boundary leaves her open to feel violated. Like, and then that's when you cross that fine line of getting grapey and getting like, I didn't give you consent to do that. I don't think she's a carrier. I think it's just like, I didn't say that was okay. You're violating me. It's one thing for us to be in here swapping and bumping ugly. We can do that all day, but we've always been protected. And that's one of the rules that we have. When you break that rule, you violated me. And all my husband can do is, well, y'all get on out of here just effing. Like, what are we going to do? And I think it was just a violation. It wasn't giving a carrier, or I don't even think it would be pregnancy. Sloane gives me, I'm a fixed woman.
I'm nervous. I would have thought that, except for how the husband reacted. Like he was really, I don't know. And it was a violation for sure. But I think they have secrets. I think there are secrets and lies beneath the surface. And we're going to see though. Kay, what you think? Is Sloane a carrier, or was this just a violation for her?
Carrier of what? That package?
Of something. I don't know. Of something. I don't want to get specific. But
I don't know if she a carrier now, but she might have been burning at some point. Okay. Because the way she felt, I mean, she might have been, it's probably safe to say she might have been burning a few times, because I feel like she lived a promiscuous life and that she done burnt a few times. And now this has to be like one of her top rules. So she don't go through that again. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that she has anything now, but I'm pretty sure she was burning with a few things in the past. And it might be a trauma there. Like, I'm tired of going to getting antibiotics.
Dom, what say you?
When I was watching the scene, because I was only passively watching it. It wasn't like I was in depth focus and zooming in and rewinding.
Oh,
but
okay.
It didn't feel.
There wasn't any peen shown. They don't show the black peens.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know why.
Yeah, because it's not. We don't got long enough camera lens for that. But but I didn't. When I was watching it, I didn't feel like that. It was. She felt like him finished. I thought that she just felt like the difference. Like she was like, "Oh, this feels a little too good." And that's what like awoken her. But her being a carrier.
Go ahead.
But her being a carrier to me makes sense. Her being a character is the only thing that to me explains how Blair Underwood reacted. Because I'm not a swinger. I like mine to be mine. So I'm not sure that things might be different in that type of community. I don't know. But I just feel like that's such a violation that I'm on you. Like as soon as she say that, I'm on top of you, and it ain't no get out. I'm throwing you out because you unconscious. Like that to me, that's the natural reaction. But if we keeping something from you, and now you might be liable because you broke our rules. Now I'm like, I'm feeling bad. And I'm like, now we got to tell folks. Now we got to figure out what to do. And so to me, that's the only thing that justifies Blair Underwood. Besides, I just don't want. I'm holding out hope that Blair Underwood just isn't like an actual weak person. Like
he's a weak person.
She called him that. She said weak AF. That was her words.
She did, and which I guess I'm holding out hope that he's just in love and he's trying to love this. He's trying to keep this storm in a bottle, and it's hard to lasso a storm, and that's his. But if she's not a carrier and they don't have this, there's no secret, and he did that, and Blair Underwood didn't put hands on him, then man, I got nothing for my boy.
We shall see. But I have a what would you do related to this because I just want to know. You're in an open marriage that has rules and boundaries. One night, you guys had to get down with one of your favorite couples. And I don't know why this was a favorite couple. This was the most strange, odd-looking couple. I think I would like. I don't understand why this couple but anyway, it's stroke. You realize it's not wearing a condom and you have a secret disease. What do? A, stop everything you inside and tell the truth about your condition. B, continue the encounter and address the issue afterward, hoping no one gets hurt. C, stop the encounter, make an excuse to end it without revealing the truth and deal with the consequences later. Do me a favor in the comments and do me a favor in the comments and drop your answer below. And Kay, I'm going to start with you. What do you do if you're in this situation?
You sure you sound like a whole robot just then?
Okay. Y'all hear me though?
Was it me? Was I tripping? Was it on my end?
No. It was Ashley's mic.
Is it still like that now?
No. It tightened up at the end. It tightened up at the end.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was me. Okay. You're wrong. Is fight on here? I guess I'm gonna just extend it. We're gonna stop the encounter and then it's time to fight afterwards. Because if we explain the rules and you don't follow the rules, there should be something in the stipulation that lets you know there's a consequence for breaking the rules.
Oh, okay. So you said there's got to be consequences after you violate.
And repercussions.
Okay. Dom, what say you? A, stop everything immediately. B, continue. Or C, stop the encounter, make an excuse to end it without revealing the truth.
Continuing is crazy work. Continuing is crazy work. But yeah, it is whatever option is going to end in slow singing and flower bringing. Like, so we're going to stop, and you ain't got to worry about what you got because you ain't got life after this because that's my wife. But I guess I can only be so possessive in this type of situation. But yeah, no, C.
You're gonna deal with it later. Okay, yeah. a lot of C's in the
because I don't know who you swinging with. So if you come to me a month later talk about you burning, I don't know who you been with.
So you said, yeah, I could pass the buck here. Like,
yeah, we gonna die with it.
It wasn't me, Shaggy. Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. So now she talks to her fake friend again. Promise me you won't screw him. Just don't screw him. This is, the one time. Oh, Tyra, did you answer?
Mm-mm.
Oh, girl, let me know. I be going. What are you doing, Tyra? A, B, or C?
First of all of this is grotesque. Okay.
Grotesquerie.
We shouldn't even be in these positions. Like for all of this openness, you would think you would disclose all of these things and let people decide what they want to do beforehand. They want to rock with that. But the only option here is A. Disgusting. This is disgusting.
Disclose. Please, everyone. Promise me you won't screw him. Again, the fake friend, maybe giving sage advice, and also says, well, when you do screw him, there's a bed for you in my New York apartment. Tyra, was this wisdom? You know what I mean? Don't screw that man. Just skip this one.
I think this is just her knowing her friend. Like she's gonna do it anyway. She's gonna do it. She's gonna do it. But I know the toll, like things that have happened in the past with your marriage, when you decided to pull up on somebody that you weren't supposed to have access to in that way, when Blair Underwood blows up on you, there's space for you in my New York apartment, because this is not going to do anything. Not even that, because she brings it up. Like, what about the girlfriend? Everything. Like, you're too close to this. Like, this is weird. Why would you put all of that conflict in your life voluntarily? She's an agent of chaos. We need this. We're not doing the other thing, the eating disorder thing. So we need this to replace it. This is a release for her. She's chaotic.
Super, super chaotic. Kay, what was she giving wisdom in this moment, or was it just knowing her friend? Like, you finna do it anyway, but I really would like it if you wouldn't.
Again, you know her friend. If this is your friend, you know your friend. And why would you tell her to do something that you know good and hell well she's probably going to do anyway? You know, maybe you just had to say, I had to throw it out there so I can go back and say I told you so later. Maybe sometimes I just want to be like, well, I told you so. But you already know it's going to be so.
You already know. Dom, was this wisdom, or was this just her knowing her friend?
This is like what Kay said. This is insurance for later. This is so when everything blow up, you can't be like, well, why didn't you say anything? Nah, none of that. But this is also set up for a spinoff, because what happened is Blair Underwood's gonna blow up at her. She's gonna go to New York and do another season of She's Gotta Have It. That's what that's what this is gonna be. But I don't, this is another thing to push her to sucking on the oysters, because your husband that told you can't have this man, your best friend told you not to have this man, and told you not to get away from this lady. So that just means you're gonna double down. I think this is about power for Sloane. This is all about power and control, because not only is she manipulating these two people, but she's also feeding them. She's also supplying both of their individual businesses. They're now linked to her. This is just about power and control. And because she don't have no power and control, because she can't get out of her mama. Yeah, that's all this is.
The way she said just one stroke, and that's it. It's like, girl, what?
Just the tip. Yeah, right. She would never. Just the tip. Come on. You saw that man on the boat. We know what you want to do, Sloane. Family can be the absolute worst. This even put Sloane into more context if we didn't have enough already. So not only is it the mother, it's the I want to call him, I don't want to say he's an emasculated father, but he knows his role in the background. He said, don't bring me in it. We see the brother, you were the party girl, you were all of these things, and your North Star came into your life. You know what I mean? He didn't have anything. He didn't have an inheritance. He didn't have money. He didn't have a name. His blood wasn't blooding. He wasn't one of them, but he made good. You made good, son. I'm proud of you now. You are responsible solely for everything that Sloane has in her life today. Because of you, she is. Okay. Everyone is co-signing this in the family, her brother, her sister, her mama, and her daddy. And so she does what she does. She grabs 3, 4, 5, 6 cinnamon rolls. They looked amazing too, by the way. And she goes into that bathroom, and she does her business in there, just kind of solidifying that idea that she binges and she purges, right? To make it cute and to adapt and to have some level of control. I think that's very true, Dom. Kay, I'm going to start with you as a therapist, because bulimia is a condition that people suffer. Talk to us about Sloane and this family dynamic. Did they drive her to it?
A lot of times they say eating disorders is not just the person, it's the family around them, that the family of the person of the eating disorder either enables that person, or there are the person who drives them to it somehow. A lot of people with eating disorders do have some sense of control issue. They have body image issues, and then the people around them know that, and they do nothing. And they allow this to take place, because for some time, especially with bulimia, it's almost an invisible illness. You can't see her esophagus and the acid eating away at her insides and what she's doing. But on the outside, you can't tell she has this. So in her mind, it's her problem. It's an invisible issue, out of sight, out of mind, but you're tearing your insides up by going and do this, and your family is allowing this to happen. And she is a prime example. Her family is allowing a lot of bad behavior, and then so she went and goes out and marries this man who's also allowing her to do a lot of bad behavior. She went and found what she was already used to and put it in a whole other household, and yet there's nobody around to see this to track her on this pattern and to call her out on her BS. Because there's no way at her big grown age should she still be doing this. And then when she's not purging, she's going and putting somebody else's body parts inside of hers. She's got to be able to do something to fill a void. At her age, if the void ain't filled, you gonna have to talk to somebody.
Yeah,
it ain't filled.
It ain't gonna be. And I had to sit here and sit with this for a minute, because after the family basically gives all of the praise to Richard, you pulled her up from the bootstraps because oh that little stint you did in Italy, girl, we knew that was a joke. We knew you were playing. You're nothing without him. And he's like, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Tyra, talk to me about Richard in this moment and her family.
You're weak. I'm like, wait, baby, you chose this man. You knew he was weak. You can't want him to be weak in one sense, in a sexual sense, to let you do whatever you want and run rapid in this Martha's Vineyard with everybody's cat and wiener dog when you feel like it. But in the same token, want him to, puff that chest out when the family's there and go, no, this is my wife. I owe a lot to her. She's done this, that, and the third. It's not that. It's just like, yeah, I always knew I could pull her up. I always knew I was that. It takes a man. It takes a village, but somebody's got to do it. Richard, I'm the man for the job. He's going to take it. Like, he loves it. It's the same way when she's like, well, why didn't you call me? Didn't you think I would care if my mom, she just said she was going to do one thing and did another, came and get the baby? Like, yeah, don't take it out on me. Like, he just... That's just not my problem. It even says a whole lot that we would allow any of this knowing her condition. Because for a minute, I thought maybe he didn't even know about it. No, he knows. Mm-hmm. He knows. And it's just like she needs more than he can give right now. And that's also what's kind of driving her to Indigenous Bay, because it's just something different. But she's presented it as sex, but she just needs more fulfillment and more support in other areas in her life that Richard is not going to give her, because he's too busy walking that fine line of kind of trying to put his foot down, but he's also allowing her to kind of do whatever she wants to do, because he's not that man. He's weak.
He's weak. He's just desperate to keep her by any means necessary. Dom, talk to me about Richard and his accolades and this family.
All right, this scene was a lot. This scene had a lot of stuff for me. The very first thing, though, I got to point out is Blair Underwood's shoes. He got the $300 Taft shoes that I've been wanting for a while, so I couldn't stop looking at the man's shoes because I want them shoes. But I have been in this situation. It's not an uncommon situation for you to go around your girlfriend's family or your wife's family, and they be like, "Oh, you're so great," and the family member is so chaotic and you streamlined her and stuff like that. That's not
streamlined her. You got it together, Dom.
Yeah, she had her head in the clouds, or she was all chaotic, and you brought her down to earth, or you made an honest one all I heard. These are all variations of the same thing. The point is that as the man, when you're around her family, is you have to be in her corner, because a lot of times the family is not. And that's just in regular family. A lot of times if you're the baby, or if you're the weird one in your family, then family like to tease you, so somebody got to be in your corner. And you're just supposed to be like, hey, no, man, you don't understand how bad I was. See, I just look good on the outside. But, when I was down, but you got to tell a story about, how she came to your apartment and got you out of bed because you was depressed and stuff like that. You tell one of them good stories, and then they be like, oh, okay. And then they move on. And so Blair just had to do that. My thing is, y'all going to ease up off of Blair. Y'all going to ease up off of Blair because once again, we are grown. We not in our 20s. We not in our 30s. She's in her 40s. Blair's 60 something. And so we grown. And my thing is, if you can't handle your family, that's your family. These is your people. That's your brother, that's your sister, that's your mama, that's your daddy. If you can't handle your people, then why they here? Don't bring them around. We ain't got to go around them. We make enough money. We can go wherever you want for Thanksgiving. We can do whatever we want. You go around your family. If you can't deal with this, then you need to go talk to somebody so you can deal with that. Yeah, them shoes right there. You see them shoes with the $300 tab shoes.
I said, let me pull them up.
Them boys slick. Yeah.
Be distracted by the shoes. Go
I'm
on,
trying
Dom.
to tell you, I've been wanting the shoes for a while. But my thing is like the what happened is it seemed like Sloane just married her dad because her dad is like, look, this woman is wearing the pants literally, and so I'm just gonna chill. Y'all leave me out of it. I'm married to a judge, so I know how to take a back seat. And because Sloane, you created this in your relationship.
I told you she was looking for the same thing that she was used to.
Yeah, and we have not seen one scene where she lifts this man up, where she speaks confidently to this man. We don't see the loving relationship go in his direction. And so if you're not gonna be on my side at home, I ain't gonna be on your side in front of your people. This ain't my people clowning on you. Where I gotta be like, all right, y'all, ease up on my wife. These are your people. I'll get up and leave. I'll go to the kitchen. I'll get me a treat and not throw it up. How about that? Like, and the bulimia, and this is why I always push people to go talk to somebody. Go talk to somebody who went to school and who gets paid to help you through this, because I don't have no sympathy for adults not taking care of their business. So if you got bulimia at 40, we got a daughter. I'm trying to watch out for her. You grown, you go take care of this. Don't bring this here. Go take care of it. And so I ain't got no sympathy. I really don't have no sympathy.
He said I'm over it. So next we
I'm tired.
Oh, golly gee, will occurs. Now we have boats and hoes.
Boats and hoes.
Are you for real?
Are you? Handle it.
Handle it.
Are you for real?
Are you for real?
Yes, Jacob.
Are you? And then he whips out that pink peen and go to work. And it wasn't over then, because she did some sort of diabolical smoke cloud, and it was like Dragon Wars. It was really, okay, now you can finish. This was really, she went out for some eggnog and got a different type of nog. Dom, talk to me about boats and hoes.
Let me tell you, it's very hard for me to judge this scene as a scene, because the Wanda Wise sitting on the boat with a cigarette in her mouth could probably tell me to do whatever the hell she wanted.
She was fine. We're not going to even pretend.
We're not even going to play like the Wanda Wise could tell you to do something. I might not have even asked if she was for real. You know what I'm saying?
You folding is what you're saying. You folding.
Immediately.
She was fine. She was big fine on that day too. She had the fur, the mink or whatever around the shoulders, the lips, the
1920s, 1930s. She looked very vintage.
Yeah,
baby Jessica Rabbit. Yes.
I'm trying to tell you. So old boy from Pretty Little Liars didn't stand a chance. And so I just I ain't mad at this point. I'm not mad at Oyster Man. I can't even, because that's the Wanda Wise. Now, if you had anybody else do that, if you had Shailene Woodley or the other two women, then I'd be like, get off my boat. Get. I'd have threw an oyster at him. But the Wanda Wise, so that's different.
Okay, what did you think about boats and hoes and this whole, okay, now you can finish, as she blows Puff the Magic Dragon down his throat? I was like, why do you have to do the smoke thing? The shotgun, that's what they call it.
If you're gonna do a job, you got to do it well. Okay, be the best hoe hopping thought you can be, and let them know who you are. Let them know you out in these streets. You like lay it low, spread it wide, and bust it wide open, and you don't care who sees you do it. Okay, let them know. She had to say, I'm trying to let you know who I am, and your little girl that you done sent my way. She ain't gonna do this. Okay, now I'm gonna let you know. Now everybody didn't have a piece of this, so if you don't mind that, I done been around the block. If you don't mind that part, I'm gonna show you a good time.
No, she showed him a good time, because she said, handle it.
I wonder if he do all that to that woman he ain't proposed to.
I don't think
he never told him to handle it.
No.
Not
and
like
not
that.
That's the thing. She ain't told him to get busy. She ain't told him to do what
she told him to like that. She didn't say handle it.
If she show up looking like Marilyn Monroe and say handle it, I'm sure he would, but she ain't doing it, so it ain't getting handled.
Could somebody block somebody? Because I don't know what that means, and I'm grossed out by it.
That's not on my end. I want to know.
I'm utterly disgusted by that. Oh Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay, so is this cheating though, Tyra? Is what I want to know from you, because she didn't actually touch it. She ain't sit on it. No part. None of it went on her, as I can see. She had the eggnog in the car on the way back. She looked clean and pristine. Still, she just talked him through it. Mama Michelle.
Oh, look now. I'm not.
You know, like
I'm gonna play with you and your mom.
Was it cheating?
I can't play with them in the cheating game and walking that fine line. Like, y'all have an open marriage. You have an open marriage. Y'all have partners. Y'all swap and all of you opening condoms with your teeth, Blair. Like, what? No, this is that's when those rules come into play. Well, it was cheating because your other partner wasn't present. Don't open these doors if you're not ready for what comes along with it. This lady's been doing whatever the hell she wants. Like, she been having her way. What is this? This is one more chance of me having my way. What are you gonna do? Divorce me? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it?
He's not going to do anything. She has no consequences at home.
Like, what are you gonna do about it? This was erotic. I'm having a good time. I needed some release.
Erotic.
You ain't have my back at this function with my raggedy family. I needed a release, and me, in the bathroom, that just wasn't enough. I needed to get out of here and have control over something again, because I didn't have control in that room with my family. No, let me get out of here and go find who's gonna let me have control over them. And she found the right one.
And I'm sure.
You see, I'm thinking about even with the other guy he said no to in that first episode. Was it like a bartender or a waiter? Like, it seems like she wants someone who's underneath her power-wise and financially that she can have control over. Like, I ain't saying the man's, just poor. I mean, this is Martha's Vineyard, but he's not as wealthy as Sloane.
Well, she dominates everybody, even her husband, who has something. So, I mean,
it's different though. It's a different type of name. And even him, he's a chef. Like, she's the breadwinner, and even with that, I'm still not getting praise here from my family. Are we not even going to acknowledge my job and what we've been doing together? Like, even with the way that their dynamic works, she's providing the entertainment, doing these parties, and he's catering these parties. Like, it's clearly a team effort, which all of us sitting here giving him all the praise. Yeah, I get no points for anything. Let me go over here and get my points. That's why I'm going to get my points and do this smoke. Look like fun to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So she gets back home after her rendezvous on the boat, but she did remember to come back with the eggnog, which a lot of people would have forgotten. You know what I mean? And he wants to know, are you lying to me? No, I'm not lying to you. I just went to the market, but oh yeah, I bumped into him. I'm sorry. Nothing happened. I don't even know why I just lied to you. He says, look, lady, the toilet didn't flush. I didn't even know about the other thing. The toilet didn't flush. And oh, by the way, you're weak AF. I'm wondering if we're going to get the Carlos switch with Richard's character, because he is just taking it. Like, he's taking it and he's not even putting up an effort to give anything back about it. She's like, it was one time, I haven't done this in a long time. Family, what are you going to do? So like you guys said earlier, he did know about the bulimia. And I guess he's just been trying to support her through it. Tyra, talk to me about this closing scene. Are you lying to me? The toilet didn't flush.
He knows what it is. I don't know why he's even trying to assert anything. I think he needs to pop off, give not so much abusive Carlos, but like the other side of Carlos. Just don't put your hands on nobody. He needs to pop out and show ninjas. He needs to Kendrick Lamar this whole situation, because she thinks it's a game. She thinks, like, you know what this is. Like, she's had autonomy over this marriage, like, probably from the beginning. And it's like, where are you going to go? Are you going to divorce me? Or are we going to break up? Like, this is what it is. Like, he's longing and wanting and needing to connect to her, and would probably be satisfied with just her. But she wants to have her way, and he's trying to support her in that and act like I got some controls. Who's like, no, you're still allowing her to do whatever the hell she wants to do. She's still, he knows where she went. He knows his woman. He knows what's coming. So it's all about, like, what is he going to do next? Are you going to stick around for what's coming? Or are you going to show her what it is? Pull your Jimmy out and slap it on the table and say, this is what it is. We ain't doing this no more, okay? It's either that or that. If it's not going to be that, then I need to go elsewhere, and we need to just let go of this little situation, because it's not working.
Lord have mercy. Kay, are you lying to me? The toilet didn't flush. Did she put her own foot in her mouth? Like, did she give him pause? Is he going to be side-eyeing and watching her going forward?
She already is.
They need to sit down and have a real adult conversation without throwing shade at each other, without it being about their sexual prowess. They need to sit down and have a real adult conversation. And he's going to have to tell her this stuff is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I'm not doing this with you. Okay. I'm over it. I'm over it. Like you said, he ain't got to lay hands on her, but he can put his foot down still and say, I'm over it. I'm not doing this with you no more. You need help. Okay. You need help. I'm not playing these games with you because every time it's a mess. It's a mess. I'm sick of it. You should be sick of it because you're getting too old for these games and I'm not playing it with you no more. Okay.
And will she leave him, Kay? Because she says earlier in the episode, when she's talking to Lily, I can understand not wanting to be married. And she said, oh, do you have regrets? I don't have any regrets. I do think that Sloane regrets getting married. Do you?
She needs some time alone anyway. She might need some time alone.
You said marriage ain't for everybody.
She don't. This ain't, because this all she did was try to go out and find somebody that was gonna let her get away with this. That was gonna let her do that. That's not what you get married for, to find somebody that's gonna let you get away with stuff. That's gonna let you sit there. That's gonna let you keep up with your mental illness the way that he does. She found somebody that's gonna deal with her mental illness. That is not what no marriage is. Oh, he gonna let me get away with vomiting all the time and ho hopping.
So what he gonna do? He ain't gonna do nothing.
Exactly.
He gonna put the condom on him. That's what he gonna do. He gonna set it up. Dom.
That's why she picked him.
Dom, what say you?
I think Blair Underwood is a beard for Sloane in the sense that she married him for appearances, specifically with her family. Like, and I'm pretty sure that the rules that they set in place, I don't think those rules were put in place as soon as they got married. I think like we talked about earlier, she was wilding out, and we thought that when we dating, all right, we about to get married, so that means we're gonna be us, right? And then Sloane was like, oh, is that what you thought? And then something happened, and it was like, actually, we need to set some ground rules because this is crazy. And she set the ground rules so she could have her cake and eat it too. So she could have her man and she can take to her mom, and her mom approves of, and everybody in the family likes, but I can still go out. And so now, because I got Blair Underwood sitting on the couch, y'all not talking about me, running through Martha's Vineyard, because y'all don't know about that, because I got my man right here and ripping off the condom. And so that's his only purpose. And I feel like now he's the status quo isn't enough for him. And I think he thought that this was like, she just had to get it out of her system, like it was a phase. I don't know how long they've been married, but it's been over a decade. So, if she was in her late 20s, early 30s, and you was like, okay, you was wilding, you was a hot girl summer, now we finna settle down, we getting old, and he 20 years older than her. He tired. That man tired. That man is tired. He thought that she was gonna settle down by now, and she ain't, because it's not her being wild and young. It's something deeper and something he can't fix. And so that man just tired, and he being a father, and he gonna cook this food, and every time we see him, he cooking food, and every time we see that baby, she want to watch a movie. So they got life figured out.
Lewis, it's giving Lewis.
You don't think he's tipping and dipping too? Like, you don't think he enjoys the tip and the dip with other women?
I think it's a situation, like I think somebody said earlier, it's like, since we're here, I'm leaving here with something. Since we're here, I'm gonna get the dress with the waist beads under it is a combination, yes. And
I was like, that's wild work.
No,
to me.
that's a good woman. And so yeah, now
can't you see it through the dress, the lines, the ridges, the beads?
Hey, you ask the questions that don't need answers. Yeah,
the waist beads are it's leverage.
And I know this is but this is still a very much more of a compromise for Blair Underwood's character, because if we go do this, then my rules got to be opposite of yours. The women we deal with got to be at least on your level. We're not finna mess up my roster because I need Martha Vineyard models to be running up and through here if that's how we're gonna play the game. But yeah, he just holding on by a thread, and he about to hit his wits end. It's gonna be enough for him in about 2 episodes.
Okay, that's a prediction, y'all. 2 episodes, and we're gonna see it from Carlos, aka Richard. He's gonna put his foot down. And you know what they say about putting your foot down?
Get chopped out.
That's what they said. I don't want to say it, but that's what they said. Final scenario of the night, you guys. Light it up in the chat. I don't mind the white waist beads. I think they look nice on some people. That girl from yonder. I just have never seen somebody get undressed with a full length dress and the waist beads were on underneath it all ready to go. Like, I think I've only ever seen people with waist, well, maybe because I don't undress people, but I thought they just wore it when their midriff was showing or when they had it, so people could see it. I didn't know it was for.
And some waist beads, when you put them on, they don't come off. Like you tie them and then you singe it. And so they just don't come off. So if you're not wearing something really fitted, then you kind of have to have them on underneath.
Oh, okay, gotcha. See, I thought they clip on, clip off.
The
snapper.
Some do, but not the real ones. Not the one. Not them ones.
Not the ones from the motherland. Okay,
nah.
I see. Final, what would you do of the night? Be sure to drop it in the comments below, y'all. Scenario. You've always had a strained relationship with your mother, who has never approved of your lifestyle choices, including your open marriage and career-driven life. One day, she calls you out of the blue, asking to reconnect and saying that she's willing to discuss things with an open mind. You've longed for her acceptance, but fear it's too late. What do? A, agree to meet with her, hoping this is the chance to finally repair your relationship. B, set clear boundaries before meeting, making it clear that you won't tolerate judgment or criticism. Or C, politely decline and keep your distance, believing that reconnecting would only reopen old wounds. Dom, I'm going to start with you.
I'm good with a good B. Because we can meet, but don't start none of your mess. We could meet, but don't bring none of your mess, because your mess is what got us in the situation. So if you're not here to disabuse us of your mess, then don't show up. So I'm good because I don't need it. Because I believe in too late. And like I said, I'm not healed yet. I'm not healed. I'm acknowledging that I got some work to do. But at this point, as for me and my house, we believe in too late. And so if I'm grown, especially if I'm Sloane age, I really ain't pressed about it because I'm grown. I'm good. But if you want to meet, then we good. I'm good with a good B.
Okay. A lot of B's, a lot of C's in the chat. Okay. K, what would you do? You muted. I'll read it out loud. Okay. Agree to meet with her, hoping this is a chance to finally repair your relationship. A. B. Set clear boundaries before meeting, making it clear you're not going to tolerate that bull. C. Politely decline and keep your distance, believing that reconnecting would only reopen old wounds.
No, keep them boundaries up. I'm gonna keep my distance until I am healed enough to have a conversation.
So you rocking with C. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tyra?
Sometimes you can't go into a conversation if you're unhealed, because see, then you get to cuss and fuss and all that. Sometimes you get to a place of healing so you can talk like you got some sense.
Tyra, what say you?
Girl, see, I'm 40. I am 40. What's going to happen now that didn't happen when I was 10, 20, and 30? I am 40. Girl, I'm tired. No, go away from me with this Apollo. Absolutely not.
Mama can't change. Mama can't change. Mama can't change.
Like, Antoinette, go over there. I'm not in the mood, ma'am.
Lord have mercy. Okay, you guys, finally. And I had to get this shot because DeWanda looks so good. Like, girl, the hair was herring. Do you hear me? This whole look on the boats and hoes was an epic look. Tyra, what's next for Sloane? What are we going to see from Sloane next?
Girl, more this man, more of these scenarios. I don't know how long she's going to tunt and play with him before she actually sits on it. I don't know when that's going to be. But we're going to see more of this, more of her doing this, more of linking up with the girlfriend, maybe them planning an event, getting into the whole, like she's getting off on the sneakiness of it all, the being a Decepticon. she's going to have fun with this. And, Blair will be over there cooking in the kitchen, worried. And then he's gonna be gathering evidence, even though he don't need much, and gonna say, "Aha, yeah, think I didn't know you were over there? I knew you were there. This was going on. So long. Why I had said this? Remember when I said who, what, when, where, how much? Remember when I said that? And you're out here doing whatever you want to do. Yeah, he's gonna confront her, and it's gonna be a hot ass mess. But until that happens, she's gonna be living her best life.
And she'll be like, "Yeah, I did it. So what? What are you gonna do about it?" And I liked it. Okay.
It was a real man.
What's next for Sloane, Kay?
She's going to ho-hop her way through these streets yet again until and you know what, maybe he'll be the one to check her. Maybe he'll be the one, because he may somehow start to develop some feelings for her, and he might be the one to say, "You're doing too much. You're doing too much." Or if she decides to rip and shred his the engagement he ain't even set up yet apart, he might get offended. And either it's gonna be either him or it's gonna be that woman. But somebody gonna tell about herself real soon. Because she can't continue to be a demon seed out here in these streets, because you're gonna get checked one way or the other. Somebody gonna check her, and it ain't gonna be cute.
Who gonna check me, boo? Dom. Who's gonna check Sloane? And what's next for Sloane?
I think I see three possibilities in my mind. I see either two is like she gonna take this boatman down to where the oysters lay, and either Blair is gonna walk in, and if Blair walk in, she's gonna be like, "Keep going," like she just, like that'll stop the show. Or his wife will walk in, and then it'll be a little bit more dramatic. Or I see that like they'll have their little, they'll finally have sex, but then like her like post-nut clarity will be strong, and then we have to see her be remorseful and distraught for an episode. I don't know, but I think they're gonna do it, and then somebody gonna walk in and see it. I don't think she's gonna get checked. She's gonna get found out.
He could get attached because she playing with these people's feelings. He could get really attached, and she might get what she wants and want to, instantly detach. Like, I already got it, and this might be a murderous type situation. This might go down.
And what y'all do Fireman Friday every week? Where the fire women at? Because this is a top candidate right here.
They be in there. This equal opportunity.
It's both equal opportunity. Man, but it's equal. You can pay. They pay for some women sometimes. Okay. Not the wonder though. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Oh, let me dig in my pocket, because man,
they be in there. They be on the slides and videos and everything.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but yeah, I just I hope we see Sloane discover she has all she needs in her. You know what I mean? Everything she needs is within. I hope she has a moment of clarity in these 10 episodes. But y'all, next week is going to be about Maggie. And I just want to take a quick moment just to thank you guys for being here. Yeah, so we'll be right back.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money. But I might got my own money, but I'm sick of taking care of my damn self. I need a real man. Step on the line and take a down. And they always come up with the things I would do for you if we was together trying to sweet talk me. Do it now. What's over? It's the money. And then we could discuss an arrangement and a potential relationship between you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I knew that. Thank you. Thank you. Money.
And you guys, please do not forget that this coming Wednesday, we have a members only watch along. We'll be watching Death Becomes Her. Actually, one of my favorite movies. And y'all know I'm not even a horror girly, but it is hilarious. Let's start with you, Kay. What do you have going on? Talk to us about how special this month is for you and what you have going on and planned.
Yes, it is time to turn all the way up, y'all. Spooky season, my favorite season. Halloween is on the way. We are getting it cracking. Tuesday will be the Halloween kickoff. Following From, you get a whole day of horror. We're going to talk about From season 3, episode 2. Right after, we're going to have a Halloween kickoff. Struggle's going to be there. Dom is going to be there. A Night in Horror. It's a whole lot of content creators. C and Dom and Love with Horror. Look, this is going to be fun. Okay. Horror Flick Chicks. It's going to be a whole Halloween party, and I tell you, it's going to be fun. Costumes, games, some trivia, some Would You Rather. It's going to be a fun kickoff for Halloween. I'm going to do some stuff to celebrate Black Horror Gems because my channel members voted on the theme for this year. So stick around, hit that subscribe button. And I'm also, for my members only, going to start on Sundays, hopefully. I started this Sunday, Soulful Sundays. Come in, ask me a therapy question. If you like shows like this and Reasonable Doubt, where there's a lot to talk about with healing and therapy and trauma, members only, ask me a question. I'll be there for you. We got a lot going on this week, y'all. Y'all see us every day anyway.
Tyra, tell the people what you got going on, friend.
Strictly Business will be dropping this week. Be on the lookout for that video in particularly. I will be doing my solo dolo How Stella Got Her Groove Back middle tier and up members only situation Wednesday before we do the Death Becomes Her. Be on the lookout for that, and also be on the lookout for my solo Season 3, Episode 2 From video, discussing that, and everything else is coming out this week. And also be on the lookout for things like maybe Aaron Hernandez, Fight Night, us wrapping up those shows and placing them behind paywall. Become a member of the channel.
Dom, let the people know what's happening this week.
What's going on? Yeah, over at Screen Static, we're going to be doing quite a bit. The Penguin on HBO Max is out, so that live is Monday nights. We're going to be talking about the Penguin. And also, it's October. It's spooky season, so I'm going to be running down the best Halloween-themed movies that's on streaming. So I'm going to run down the best movies that, get time for the season and where you can find them. And, and we'll talk, I think we're talking about Insecure on, I think the season finale, we talked about that on Monday evening as well. So yeah, come on, check it out, and we're gonna have a good time.
Awesome. And you guys, just thank you so much for being here. I think we got up to 60 some people tonight, which is amazing. And yes, be there, be square for tomorrow. We are wrapping up season 1 of Insecure.
Yeah.
And that'll be it, y'all. Unless there's an act of God, and Tyra can explain it better than I can about what would happen with Insecure.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Insecure's getting the boot. More so recent things, like I said, the Aaron Hernandez and Fight Night. We're not just placing them behind paywall just to be entertaining. We're placing them behind there because we will be doing season wrap-ups for them, because when we try to do, there's going to be a rule of thumb here. If we do anywhere from 3 to 4 lives for a particular show and there isn't enough engagement, they will either be thrown out completely or placed behind paywall if we think that that's something you guys want to support or see. Though we love Insecure and it's fun, it's a great retrospective, the engagement has been hella low. So we want to put something there that not only benefits you guys, that's fun, but also benefits us in the long run. If there isn't any super chats happening, it has to be one or the other. There needs to have these super chats or engagement. If there's not going to be engagement or no super chats, like this situation, it at least needs to be something fresh, fun, bringing a different conversation or perspective, because we do want to have a diverse things that we talk about. But something like this, these videos are getting paid dust. And we love y'all, but we don't love it enough to keep doing labors of love. We can only give you so many labors of love a week. Aaron Hernandez will be a labor of love. Fight Night is a labor of love. Insecure is a labor of love. And 3 Women is a labor of love. Yeah, that's one too many. So we are rearranging the TV guide to hopefully make room for some things that you not only want to see, but things that you want to support. And it's not all up to you guys, but you guys have to place that support in there on all channels so it can get out there for people to see, to bring in other, members and new people, new subbies to support it and get those views. But if myself, currently sitting at over 27,000 subs, can't get at least 1,000 of you to roll up to a singular live weekly, then it has to get to the dough.
That part. Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself, but thank you again so much for being here. I will start a series for the month of October, My Sweet Vlogtober, where I'll be doing some kind of fun stuff behind the scenes. We'll be focusing like on comfort shows, cozy stuff for the fall. That's more my speed, y'all, because y'all know I don't do Halloween. But we thank y'all so much for being here. Please make sure that you're subscribed, you have the notification bell on, and that you drop a comment in the comment section. We ride with three women because Three Women is so entertaining just for us to talk about. So we're going to stick beside her, and we would love it if y'all would stick beside us as we stick beside her. But thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope you have the best week ever, and we will see y'all in the next video, the next live, the next something, child. We'll see y'all.
I drove across the country and back. These three women